Hey guys, welcome to Make It Dairy Free. I'm Larisha.
I'm Andrew.
And the rumors are true. Just Mayo and Just Ranch are back. I never know what to say there.
Are there really rumors?
Yes. So, you're not a big Mayo person, or ranch, really, for that matter. So, nor do you really stay on social media like that. So, for those of you that may be new to vegan or dairy free or wherever you are and why you might be watching this video, Just, the company Just, had Mayo and ranch and then got rid of it, which the rumors were to focus on their egg product. And then a year later, a couple of boxes got shipped and some people found them and they're local places. And then there was uproar over is it coming back? Is it not coming back? And then this year they announced on their social, it is officially coming back. But this was 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years ago that it was here and then it wasn't here and then a little bit was here and then it wasn't here again. And the whole time people were I don't really care about all this other stuff you're creating. Please just give me back the Mayo. Got it. So.
Well, you had just the company Just. This is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you air quoting anything exactly?
Also, if you're new here, Andrew always laughs at my air quotes for things that are actually not supposed to be in air quotes.
The company Just.
Just. I was saying that because I didn't want people to assume that I was saying just something it was just a little bit the name of the actual company is Just. So messy always.
Yeah, no, I'm sure someone's gonna figure it out. That's what you were trying to say.
Someone probably every video is oh my god, she should have been born blonde or something. It's all over the place always.
Really, them blondes alone. Come on.
All right, so there's 4 products. These are all found at Whole Foods. There is 2 different Mayos, 2 different ranches. There is classic Mayo and ranch, and then chipotle versions of each one. So regular and spicy. We were able to find all 4 at our local store. Of course, they were not in the same exact place. So the Mayo in Whole Foods was back by where the vegan cheese and tofu are. For our store, it's towards the back. Some stores it's different, but wherever the vegan cheese is in your Whole Foods, that is where we found the Mayo. The ranch they also have a refrigerated section of dressings in the produce section. So the ranch were in the produce section. Which is confusing that they were all together.
That is a weird split. I mean, I think I understand the split. It's almost sometimes you'll see if cream cheese is one place and yogurt is one place, but if a company makes both of them, they're obviously not going to be always next to each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So being that this is a dressing and Mayo is more of I guess it's also kind of a dressing, but it's more like a spread. Yeah. That's like putting peanut butter next to the ketchup, right? Are they in the same aisle?
No.
I don't know. But either way, that's my point.
Yes. So with that being said, all of this is refrigerated. They all say keep refrigerated, that they are perishable. So also keep that in mind, that this is not a shelf-stable product ever at this point. Usually Mayos are shelf-stable, and then when you open it, they tell you to put it in the fridge. These are just straight, put it in the fridge. That being said, there's a pretty short life shelf on this. So
I think she meant shelf life, just FYI.
What did I say?
Life shelf.
Hold on. Funny story. This has nothing to do with Mayo or ranch. I went to the dentist today. Yeah. And the lady that was taking me back to the room made a comment, and I was about it being a tough week already. Yeah. And I was I know, it's the Mondayest Tuesday ever. And she was she turned around. She's in front of me, right? She turned around and goes, it's Wednesday. So I was exactly. And then we laughed and joked. So that's just where my brain is. Always. But today seems to be especially strange.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we are in the end of February 2024.
Uh-huh.
Why are you looking at me like that?
At what?
You were confused.
No.
Okay, so end of February. The expiration date on all of these products, just double checking, is mid-April. So we're talking 6 weeks that you have to use the whole jar.
And I'm assuming that means that this stuff is typically on the shelf much longer.
Yes.
Okay. And what would be an example of like how long it would typically be on the shelf?
Like a mayo or a ranch, like a year. Like that's not
Really?
refrigerated.
Really?
I believe so.
What do you mean that's not refrigerated?
Like a shelf-stable one.
There's such thing as shelf-stable mayo and what's the name? Ranch? Like ones that don't go outside of being opened.
Yes.
There's ones that sit on the shelf even after being opened.
No, I'm saying like once they're opened, you're supposed to refrigerate them. But I'm saying like
All right, so what?
you
How about
can
this?
leave them on the shelf.
What if you open it? Is the shelf life just as lengthy?
I don't know. I'd have to go downstairs and look.
Okay, I just sorry. I was just trying to compare.
No, I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, as far as allergens go, there are no top allergens in any of them. So we're talking about top 8. It clearly points out on all of them that there are no egg, no soy, no preservatives inside of these.
I think it's become more of like a top 9 thing now. I know we always say 8.
I know,
but
it's just
as
a habit.
Reminder, yeah.
Yes. Started this year, right? Top 9 started in January. With
I'm not
sesame.
I'm not 100%. I just
Yeah.
know I've heard that more frequently than
Yes.
top 8 now.
Okay, there is pea protein in all of them. I just want to like double check really quickly. Pea protein, pea protein, pea protein.
Is there
yes.
soy?
No, they all say no soy on the front of it.
Okay. And what was the 9th one? Is it sesame or
Sesame is the new one.
is sesame in here?
No.
Okay.
But there is canola oil, which is typically not okay for people with corn, and then the pea protein is all, but no top 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Andrew does not do mayo ever, except maybe like twice a year, very, very lightly. We're talking about like it like wisps by on a burger, and that's good for him. So he's not gonna try the mayo. Can you open this for me?
Well, this one says spicy. Like, are you supposed to eat this by itself? I'll look at your reaction and double check.
Oh, you might try it because it's spicy?
Just because, no, not necessarily because it's spicy. It kind of seems more like a dip because it says spicy. So I'm gonna probably be able to fool my brain into being like,
Oh, it's okay.
this isn't a spread.
Gotcha.
Like I would never eat a spoonful of jelly, but I would eat a spoonful of peanut butter.
I think I would do both. Obviously, we do peanut butter all the time, but all right. Smells like real mayo.
Wow, that incredibly smells like real mayo. Yeah.
Also, for reference, I was a huge fan of this. I was a huge fan of this prior to going vegan. I have liked this mayo since the company was not even called Just. They were called Hampton Creek. So I've liked this for a while. I've never tried, they've had chipotle before. I never tried that one though.
Why did you try it before going vegan? Why did you try it?
Initially, they reached out to us when we had a parenting website and said like, can you make a recipe with our mayo?
I see, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I initially tried it. But I just have crackers. We did a mayo, like a full vegan mayo taste test 2 years ago.
Vegan?
Vegan.
Okay. Full vegan.
And you didn't try that, but I did. We tried it with French fries. Because how do you, like, still to this day, like, what do you try just mayo with? Like, it's a hard taste test to do.
With no pun intended when you say just mayo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I don't use mayo like that, so I'm not really sure what you would be able to put it on without feeling like other things may be encroaching on the flavor.
If you gave this to someone who is not vegan, I don't think they could tell the difference.
So it's good.
It's that good.
Yeah.
It has the perfect consistency of what a mayo is supposed to be. It has the right tangy acidity type of thing going on. And it literally just, it just tastes like straight up, I know I keep saying just, I think that's like my like today. But it tastes like a real mayo.
It has a very small ingredient list, a very legible ingredient list, you know? And nothing seems too out of whack in terms of what they have there.
So I'm trying the chipotle one.
What's your feedback on the chipotle?
I want you to try it.
Okay, that's not what I expected, but
The chipotle definitely comes out. It's spicy. Nope.
Okay, great.
But it's not overly spicy where you're like, oh my god, my mouth is on fire. Like, it's a very well balanced flavor. You almost can't even tell it's mayo. Like, it's just like a creamy sauce.
It literally tastes like a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like both of them.
I agree. I like this one.
Yeah. But I think you would, if you did like mayo, I think you would like this one. There's not a, I can't say that it's not. So a tablespoon has 75 milligrams of sodium, which is 3%. It is just a tablespoon, but like, unless you're making potato salad, like when are you really using more than that? So it's not horrible. It does have 10 grams of fat in a tablespoon though.
10 grams of fat in a tablespoon, okay.
Yeah. So it's fatty, which I guess that's coming from the oil, like most, maybe some of the pea protein.
Yeah.
All right, let's try the ranch.
No cholesterol though. I'm assuming
Nope.
because the other one's made with eggs.
Right.
It would, you know?
Which is why they, like, if you aren't vegan and they tell you, like, mayo is one of the things they tell you to give up because it's so high in cholesterol. All right.
Copy that.
So you can tell the difference.
Immediately, it's kind of dressing-esque in terms of being shaky.
Yeah.
Like this, you could turn upside down.
This
Can't
cannot.
do that with this.
We can grab just because it's kind of hard to show.
Like a spoon.
Yeah, because like even if we took a video, it's kind like you can tell, but it's kind of hard to like really see that. But like you can clearly see it's way pourable. Way pour. I can't talk today. We're just.
It's okay. We forgive you.
I'm gonna chalk that up. All right. So Andrew is going to try with celery. I'm going to try
white
with
celery if you haven't seen it before.
It's like the inside of the celery. That's all we had. All right. So regular first. Ready?
Yeah, it's gonna drip on your finger there. That body language you just gave was not it.
I'm gonna try it without the carrot taste.
I can't say they completely nailed it, but I'm not feeling like it's like a fail in any way.
No, I don't think it's a fail in any way. It's not as ranchy as I would like. Which typically comes out in like the dill and stuff like that. I feel like they like sprinkled it in there. So it has a ranch taste. It's just not as powerful as I would like it to be.
Yeah.
And disclaimer, we have a bottled, we typically get the Hidden Valley one, which is fine if like we need a lot at one time, but typically we make it because we haven't found one that we like 100% are in love with. So maybe that ranchy taste is coming because I'm comparing it to the one I make homemade. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm clueless because I don't buy the groceries nor do I eat ranch, so it's kind of news to me just like it is to you. But yeah, I agree, I think.
Yeah, it's just lacking some of that taste a little bit for me.
I do remember-ish what ranch tastes like, and we went to a spot in, I think it was Colorado, and they had a ranch at the table, and that actually tastes really good. Honestly, better than a ranch that I remember tasting prior to being vegan.
Yeah.
So that was a really good ranch. But yeah, this guy,
So even comparing it to that, it definitely had like a punch of flavor, whereas this feels muted.
Yeah, this feels more like milky, sour kind of flavor.
Yeah. All right, ready for the chipotle?
Yeah, I turned this upside down in case somebody's thinking I double dipped.
It's our house.
Yeah, I forget that.
It's because you get so many comments about how your beard hair is in all of our food. The chipotle overpowers anything else in this dish, in this dip. I don't get very much ranch vibes at all, more than just like a thinner dip, a chipotle dip.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's more like that's you're saying dip, but not spread.
Yes,
Because
sorry.
I had compared it to a dip. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
how
agree.
do you feel?
I agree. This I taste more chipotle than I taste any ranch, but I do taste a difference in between these.
Okay.
This tastes like chipotle and like almost like a soured yogurt or sour cream would taste kind of mix. That's kind of what I get from here. So like chipotle and sour cream. In comparison to this, I get more like chipotle only inside of this, and just hints of like mayo.
Yeah. Okay, so being the fact that you like this, would you put this, even though it's a mayo, would you put this on like your burgers and stuff?
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I just don't think it has a whole ton of like mayo. Almost to the point that if I wanted a chipotle mayo, I would probably do this and this because of the fact that
you want more
I
of that.
wanted it more to be a combined flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay, so overall, this is still probably the closest. For reference, we typically go with the Target brand.
I feel like we were leaning away from each other a lot.
Were we?
Yeah, I don't know.
So just for reference, we typically go with the Target version of mayo, vegan mayo. It's made by the Good and Gather brand, like their store brand. That one is $3.89. I believe though that it has soy inside of that. I'm just gonna check really quickly. But it does not.
Do you have a lingering sour aftertaste? Just FYI. On both these items.
Okay. So there is no soy in the Target one either. I was gonna say, so if you needed to be soy free, maybe this would be the go-to. I love this, but it's $8 a jar.
Which is expensive, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
So in comparison to the one that we typically go with right now, you don't. It's $3.89 a jar, and this is 12 ounces, whereas the one at Target is 15. So there is a difference.
So you even get more.
For half the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no like chipotle version or anything like that, so I think that this would be cool to have around if we used it that often. Again, with like a 6-week shelf life, like I think that's kind of hard. I think I would continue to make my ranch. However, if you're somebody that you're like, I'm never making ranch, like it's a good option. I think it just needs a little work. Does that make sense?
It's a good option. Just needs a little work.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like we've tried so many things on this channel where we're just like, they just need to completely take this off the shelf.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to take this off the shelf. I think they just need to add a few more ingredients.
Got it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope that they continue to make these, because I know for some people they don't have very many options, but a Whole Foods is an option for them. And so it's great for that type of person.
So you think, not saying that you're the boss of these companies or anything.
Yeah.
But I would think there would be more Targets available than there would be Whole Foods. So like, being that you mentioned a Target one, I don't know. I'm just saying like, maybe you try there first if you have one.
Yeah.
Prior to the penny that you're gonna spend on this little guy. I do like the fact that it's made out of glass though. I like to repurpose things, so this would be like a nice repurposing thing with a nice plastic lid, which I think is cool. So you won't even have to toss it out, you know?
I did mean to mention that, so I'm glad that you brought it up because I completely, like when we were coming in to shoot, I was saying like, oh, I want to make sure I mention that it's in glass.
Yeah.
Because so many products are made in plastic. And I think that speaks to just as a company, working to be more sustainable. So these are in glass. All of the Just Egg is now in cartons instead of a plastic bottle.
Okay.
So I think that's great for the company as a whole.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking about the company and thinking that they, I don't understand what's going on with them, but I hope they get it together. I just seems, in my opinion, they seem very roller coaster.
All over the place.
Kind of, you know?
Yeah.
So I was just, wishing them luck because I think they have some pretty decent products out there for folks that are in need.
Yeah.
You know?
It does feel like that. It's like you can find the egg and then you can't find the egg, and then you can find the mayo and then you can't find the mayo, and like it just goes.
Or the price is high and then the price is reasonable and the price is too high and then the price is way unreasonable. So like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, the egg came down for a long time, and then when people noticed when they switched to the cartons, it went back up.
Yeah.
And they're like, but it's in a bigger thing, and it's like, but per ounce, it's higher. Like.
Did you hear Wendy's is actually doing that?
I heard that this is a complete rant. Welcome to the podcast portion of this show. So I heard about that. So for those of you that might not have heard, there was a rumor that Wendy's was going to start implementing what they called surge pricing.
It's not a rumor. It was confirmed by like the actual, I don't know if it was CEO, whoever was running the operation.
Maybe they retracted it because retracted, Lord have mercy.
They know what you mean.
Because when I looked it up, it said that
a
representative from Wendy's said that was never what was actually said.
Got it.
And that they said that, hold on, so back up for just a second. So they basically the rumor was that during certain times, busier times, they were going to increase the price of their food. So what
you're saying is, what I probably heard was a rumor that someone there high up in the company said it.
Yes.
Making most people think that since someone high up in the company said it, it's believable. Okay, yes. I'm following you.
Okay. What was actually said, from my understanding, is that they said over the next few years, they're going to start implementing digital screens.
Yes.
That will allow them to change prices as necessary.
Yep.
And so that got misconstrued as we're going to raise prices during certain times. And maybe something was said because it's a wild business idea. Like during lunchtime, you're going to pay $2 more for a burger.
Yeah, they would do price premiums at particular time. But I'm not one who would ever want that to happen.
Yeah.
But from a business standpoint, I think that's normal amongst a lot of businesses, to be honest with you. Like
to have
it's almost
higher
like
prices?
like gas. Like during a premium time, they're like more high. I just think
like in the summer during travel.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Same thing with like airplanes, or like you could just go across businesses, and whenever like there's peak need for the item, it tends to raise the price, which is terrible. I mean, I don't like it, but I can't say I don't.
I mean,
understand.
even in the food industry, if you think about it, they have happy hours because they're trying to get you in before the rush happens or later after the rush is over.
Yes. But they don't change the price in terms of making their normal prices higher.
Right.
The normal prices are just the normal prices, and then they change the price lower for a happy hour so you could come in.
Yeah.
So like I like that method more than like, okay, you're here at a very busy time. We're going to make sure you pay a very busy price.
Yeah, I also, I almost wonder if, people were also angry more so than, Wendy's is fast food. And it's you're already, the bottom of the barrel when it comes to, quality of, not quality of food, but, what am I trying to say?
I think that is what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's what you're trying to say. You're talking about in terms of like taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you want to typically go with like very nutritious and good food and home cooked meals if possible, less sodium and things in that. Yeah.
And it's
so
not.
It's kind of the opposite of all of that is what you're saying.
I mean, we're talking about like fast food restaurants when we were growing up. They were implementing like dollar menus, and I get like inflation has changed all of that, but like you've always been the cheapest, and now you're going to raise the price for customers that you've built your business around. I don't know. Yeah. And obviously for us being vegan, there's like a completely different take on it. Like we're never eating there anyway, so
yeah. Well, it's funny because we never eat there, but we kind of have feelings about it.
Yeah.
Right. Like
I think that's just like a natural human instinct to have feelings about stuff. Like even if you don't use the service or something. Yeah,
I get that. And I didn't mean sorry. I didn't mean to bring this into another area. I was just asking if you heard about it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to like.
It's okay. They will sit with us. Someone is cleaning and they're like, yes, I'm so glad they're going to keep going.
Deal.
I actually said that in a video and somebody's like, wait, how did you know I was cleaning? It's like, I love it.
That's funny. Yeah.
All right, so if you have tried the Just Mayos or Ranches since they have been out the last week and a half, let us know what your thoughts about it. If you tried it in the past, let us know if you think they're comparable to what you remember. If you have any other vegan products that you have seen recently, let us know and we will try to find it. As far as upcoming taste tests, there's a couple of new Notco products that we found that we're going to be trying, and Trader Joe's has a few things. We haven't done a Trader Joe's video in a while, so we're going to try those out too.
So just to be clear, the fact that you're looking at me every once in a while, like while you're saying something, it's almost like you're interpreting that I'm going to fill in the blank, but I'm finding out the news the same time they are. So I'm not really sure what you like. I don't know if I'm just like you wrote it on me somewhere and you're just reading it, but no, I don't. I have no idea. Okay, so Trader Joe's and Notco is what we're doing. Got it, guys. We'll be doing that.
Have a great week, y'all.
Believe in good. Peace.